This operation will fuel Liberty's future.
Initiating FTL jump to the Mentoria system. Jump complete. Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods primed. Launch initiated.
This is it. This is the solemn duty for which you were born. Defend democracy at any cost. Sending down equipment package.
Get some! Hack's out. Let's play. Liberty, heal me!
Sending down equipment package. at 30 minutes remaining. Allied destroyer joining squadron, deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I ain't doing shit. I'm doing backpack testing. So, if you grab the backpack and you have a stratagem that ends in a down input, it uses up a backpack slot. They fixed it last patch, but the most recent last patch. The patch after last, which is the most current one, they reverted the bug by accident. So, whenever you had a stratagem that ended in a down input, if you had the ability to use the supply pack option, it would use it. But I just figured out a temporary fix for that. I'm gonna go over here and kill these bots real quick. It sucks, but at least there's a fix for it currently, than there being no fix and you're not able to do anything about it. If I wasn't able to do anything about it, then it would have fucking went haywire. Also, I'm on public. That's why people are joining. Okay. I thought it was on private. Alrighty. Are you on console, B2? No? Okay, so this doesn't apply to you because your backpack function has a separate key. It only applies to console since we have such limited options to have separate mappings. I'll wait for C3 to drop in and I'll ask him the same
Allied
thing.
destroyer joining squadron, deploying
Perfect
Helldiver
timing.
to combat zone.
Welcome, C3. Are you console perchance?
Requesting tac pack.
No? Okay, so this doesn't apply to you. Okay. If for console, since our controllers, we don't have a lot of button mappings that we're able to do, whenever a stratagem ended in a down input, it would, and you had the ability to use up a supply pack option, it would use it. So let me revert my controller bindings real quick, and I'll show you what I mean. So, let me do this, reload. So, I need to reload. I have 57 out of 60 out of my cookout mags. I'm going to use the grenade launcher, which is down, left, up, left, down. down, left, up, left, and here's the down input. And I just used it up. I have, yeah. But if I were to go into my controller, change bitings, go to the combat page, change my quick stim from a pressed function input type to a long press, and change my backpack function to a up input instead of a down input. Let me do the same thing. Reload. 58 out of 60. I'm going to now use the flamethrower stratagem, which is down, left, up, down, up, which for some reason doesn't use it, even though that I only changed the backpack function from a down input to an up input. It doesn't use it, and whenever I use...
Tac pack's empty.
Okay, that's weird. I didn't have that. I just stemmed and it does... How did I get it before, though? I literally had it earlier. If you bind the backpack function, you're setting to up on D-pad with the press function, and you switch your quick stem to long press. Long press. What else uses up on a long press input? Maybe that was it? Okay, revert all. Quick stem. What if I keep U on press and backpack function on? Oh! Tap instead of press. So if I do that, then do up, then go to quick stem, then do that.
Requesting tac pack.
Okay. Controller, change bitings, combat. Quick stem is on long press and up, and backpack function is on press and up.
Let's go.
No. Okay.
Found something.
No, okay, but here's the thing. If it was the same bind, specifically just for the press function, because if I go into my controller, change bindings, combat, scroll all the way down to use backpack function, is on press, and I'm going to rebind it to its default down. I am at 50 out of 60 mags for my shotgun. If I now do the grenade launcher, which is down, left, up, left, down, down, left, up, down, left, up, left, down. Okay! Now it's all of a sudden fixed. So is it only the tap? Is it only tap? If I go back, backpack function, tap. Okay, so it's not, so the button function itself isn't bugged. It's the fact that if you have the input type, you're allowed to have, let me look at it real quick. For whenever you have an input type on controller, you can have either tap, double tap, press, long press, and depending on the setting, hold or long hold. For use backpack function, you can bind it to any button, but you can have, you can have it to be set to a tap function, which triggers only when a button is pushed down and released quickly. Double tap triggers on the second press if you quickly push down the same button twice. Press triggers as soon as a button is pushed down, and long press triggers after a button has been pushed down for a set amount of time. The long press function, it seems like all of the button mapping functions have the same type of priority only when it's a down input, or when whenever it coincides with another input type. It overrides that input type, and the backpack function input takes the ultimate priority of whatever you're using. Because I tried it earlier and had the mapping right. I have to look at my recording where I was able to use my stim and not my backpack function. But then I did something, reverted it, and I wasn't able to. I'll have to look back at it. But now, if I revert all, do that, and I have it to where it's a press and it's still on down.
Requesting advanced weaponry!
I didn't actually. Down, up. Okay, let me shoot twice. Down, left, up, down, down. And it doesn't use it. But if I go to controller, change bindings, combat, scroll down, backpack function, press, and they go over to tap, which means it is instantaneously to whenever the button is pressed. Down, left, up, down, down. Okay, so it is the press function of whenever an input is pressed, not the actual input. Whenever it is set to the press function, it takes from what my understanding, it overrides the priority listing on whatever you're using and immediately uses it if applicable.
Calling down a sentry!
Which is not good, especially for the people who do not know this or aren't going to be able to look into Discord for this in-game hotfix. But at least there is a way to go around it, which is very nice. Okay.
Calling in extraction!
Extraction shuttle inbound.
Okay.
ETA, T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Tagging location.
It's if you do not do what I just did, because I want to actually play the game, since my loadout as of currently for the major order is revolving around my supply pack, and for me to be able to use it whenever I need to, and not just whenever I put it down input, it fucks up my whole rhythm and it ruins my mood to play the game. And yes, this affects everyone on console that's not going to go out of their way of hopping into a world that doesn't matter as of currently and fuck with their settings. Let me just make sure that this is the wrong input.
Get some! Get some!
Reloading!
ETA, T-minus 30 seconds.
Okay, so it's not the tap input, and it is the press input.
Seconds.
Reloading.
ETA,
Okay.
T-minus 10 seconds. This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the
Okay,
extraction.
before we actually board, I do want to test one more thing. Combat. Put it back on tap, which is the overriding function, and then press it onto up. If I were to have an option to reload, and I do the flamethrower, which is down, left, up, down, up, it doesn't use it. I did nothing but change the input to where it's up. So if I press up right now, I stim instead. So the stim... What? What if I change stim to tap instead? And I do the same thing. Down, left, up, down, up. It takes... Okay, so if you are on the function, if you are on the input function of tap, whenever you input the correct binding for whatever it is, and it is currently available as an option, it uses whatever it is. But if it's on tap, or if it's on press, which means you have to deliberately press it without having any other button presses, from my knowledge, it does not use it. But some things have priority over other things, which is completely understandable, but weird that I fully don't understand. But I found a temporary fix of going to your controller, changing bindings, having everything on default, and I go to backpack function and I change it from a tap input to a press input. And I have to, and if I have the option and I go down, left, up, down, down, it does not use it. Okay. Cool. Yeah, welcome to controller being absolutely fucking buggy. Save recent gameplay,